Welcome to Lit Ladies Lounge. I'm author Olivia Linden with my lovely co-host J.R. Mason, who is also an author. And today we have a lovely guest who is also an author, Miss Denise Essex. Hi, Denise.
Hi, Denise.
Hey,
Welcome to the lounge.
thank you. Thank you for
But
having
before
me.
we get started, we do want to say thank you to That's So Fetch Spiritwear, who did our awesome Lit Ladies Lounge t-shirts.
Hey,
We're gonna get you one, girl. Don't worry. We're gonna get you
I'm ready
Are you ready?
one.
for the shirts.
Uh,
So, Denise, I want to jump right into asking you about your latest release, which
Okay.
is a Justified Hall Pass.
but wait, can you tell us what a hall pass is for those of us who, well, we know what a hall pass is, but for those people listening who may not know what a hall pass is, other than an
I
actual hall
know.
pass, not the book.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a great question. Typically, a hall pass is when two married folks, or I guess dating, two people in a committed relationship, decide that one or both of them are going to see someone outside of their relationship and they have a pass to do so, basically no consequences.
For how long?
And I think that it's up to the couple. So in my book, um her spouse Bree is the main character. Her spouse is not necessarily present in the marriage. So her friends push her to take a hall pass. So it's kind of different than your typical definition of when both people are on the same page.
Okay, because see, Olivia and I are a little older, so back in our day, a hall pass
Oh.
meant you could take yourself to the bathroom, you go to the water fountain to get a drink,
Right.
Oh,
you could run to
you're
your
talking
locker
about
right quick,
school.
right? Okay. It had
I
nothing
was
to
like,
do with having sex with nobody. Okay, but here you
Exhausted.
come with your little sexy man on the cover talk about
a justified hall pass. Yeah,
so
I
then
remember those hall passes. Nobody ever gave me a hall pass. They would be like, sit down.
so
Thank it.
then I guess the question is a hall pass ever really justified? Like I could see in your book, I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She
But
hadn't
two
been
wrongs don't
touched.
make a right.
I agree with you. In Bree's case, her spouse had not touched her intimately, physically for over a year. And she was asking, she was doing all the things.
Mhm.
And so in her case, I think most readers will agree that she's justified, but I have heard of people who are like, that's cheating,
But I
no
mean,
matter how you slice it.
he did some things which I feel like justifies.
The hall pass.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I feel like she might have waited too long.
I definitely agree with that. That I agree
Definitely.
with because I was like, "Girl, mhm,
So then
hmm."
my question to you two is how long do you go without being touched by your mates before you decide I'm either leaving or I'm taking my hall pass?
Well, you know how my mouth is set up, so I'm gonna get this sooner than later. And I'm gonna be like, "Listen," you know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening? And if X doesn't happen, then, Y and Z might. So, are we gonna handle this, or am I gonna have to take matters into my own hands? And I think that, I don't know, I think you have to understand like your circumstances. If your spouse is going through something, of course you're going to be like, all right. But if you're trying, especially the way that she did, and they're just like literally rejecting you and there's no real understanding, I don't know. I think I'll give you maybe like 2, 3 months.
Holy.
Oh, so
Maybe.
you're going longer, Denise?
It said 2 or 3. I mean, in Bree's situation, where she's trying, he's just kind of being overall trash. Like
Mhm.
Olivia said, it wasn't like he was present or communicative, or in her case, I could see maybe even 4 or 5 months. They had a small kid.
Mhm.
She a church type girl. After that, it's like, what? Are we breaking up? Because you obviously don't F with me. Like
Like,
maybe
seriously.
4 or 5 months. I don't know.
Wow. That's nice. I gave my guy one night. I said, look,
What?
it had been like a week and a half and we hadn't had sex. It was maybe like 2 weeks. And I'm like, dude, I came to your job. I'm in like a little pea coat with like nothing underneath. I'm trying to
Yes.
get you out in this car in this parking lot right quick. Oh, you not coming? Word? Okay. If you ain't here tonight to get it in tonight, I will be up under someone else by midnight.
But also, is it different though if you dating? Like the timeline does seem different, right? Because if you're in a committed relationship, life be lifing. But if we dating, it should be very spicy.
Yeah. And again, if you're showing up with the trench coat and
Listen.
he's not jumping on that, like,
Yeah.
Houston, we have a problem.
We had a big problem. He's like, "Well, I gotta be in the kitchen. I gotta." I'm like, "I don't care about that damn kitchen. I'll burn that bitch down. If you don't get up here and get in these guts. What's wrong with you?"
Get in.
Meanwhile, the guy's sitting there with his girlfriend, and he's like trying not to look because I have nothing
Yeah.
on it. They had those lace top thigh highs from Victoria's Secret that stay up on their own.
Ooh.
Everything, girl.
I love
He was
it.
a chef. Look,
Yes.
he was a chef. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm not concerned about that damn kitchen. Plus, you only gonna be in there 6 minutes anyway. It's all you could last. So
Oh.
just
Oh, burn.
but
Touching
that's
my pearls.
another podcast.
Oh,
Maybe
that
was he the type he would have been worn out after?
Um,
Some people need a
not
long,
necessarily worn out, but he couldn't hang in there. Mm.
yeah. He was like, I'm gonna need an hour nap after that long 6.
that's a long 6.
Have y'all seen those IG and TikTok videos where the guys are like, pushing back against women who say they're short and they're making the women like do the motion and
Yes.
our arms be burning and stuff? I'm
Mhm.
like, I get what you're trying to say, but also that's generally not the movement
It's not.
we do.
Like, let's not act like y'all don't be, like, resting on us.
Right,
Right? Caging us in, elbow in the bed. We can't move while you sitting
right.
there
We're just
resting.
trapped. You
Right.
sweating, dripping down in my eye, burning and shit. The hell?
Like, wiping sweat off.
Right? Like, let me get the remote. Hold on. This is the air conditioner. Like,
Oh, I was like, the remote. What is happening?
well, look, I did turn on the Golden Girls once while someone was going down. It
Wow.
was not good. So I watched the Golden Girls, and another time I watched the Serena Williams match while he was, yeah.
Oh, that gives me another question about the hall pass.
Okay.
Okay, so what if it's not a situation where the sex isn't happening? What if it's just never satisfying?
Oof.
And you've tried and you've tried and you're just like, "Oh my gosh, this can't be the rest of your life."
That doesn't sound like a hall pass situation. That sounds like it's time to leave and end this shit because
I mean,
But if with Olivia's scenario, if he's doing everything else well and the woman is like, I love him, maybe they got kids.
mhm.
I think if a conversation happens, which can be tricky, you could take that 2 ways. You could want to spare his feelings and just bring it up and hope he's okay with y'all both doing it, or you could be honest, like, I don't want to cheat, or I don't, but I need to switch it up. I mean, I think your partner.
Yeah, but some men don't take that well.
I was
I
You
thinking
know?
know.
And it's like,
ego.
well, you were fine before,
Well,
what's
I
the problem
wasn't.
now? And it's like, I haven't really ever been
I
fine.
was faking it. Oh,
I ooh, I was hoping that it would improve. I was hoping, and it just didn't. It never did.
hope died.
We had this conversation before in the group chat. I can't fake it. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
do it.
her.
I can't do it. Cause then I'll be like, well, how would they know they're not good if
Right?
you're
That's true. That is
if you're
true.
doing all the you're like, man,
Also,
I
but
tore
for
that
like a
up.
long time, I thought I was having one because it felt like really good. It was like right there. And then when I actually finally did have one, then it was like, oh shit, I was not having them like I thought I was.
I never knew.
right? And
Ah.
my orgasms are so aggressive that I can't fake them, like, because they will know. If they've given me a real one before, they'll
Yeah.
know that, like, you
Same.
I don't know, it's like a whole animal comes out. Got
Right.
furniture
Like,
with one hand before.
they're like,
Bad. I was,
yeah.
in my bedroom once. I had the door shut, the air conditioner was in the window upstairs, and my neighbor had his window open. The air conditioner in the hall was on. He still heard me. He was like, "You were busy
Wow.
last night." And I'm like, "How could you possibly hear that over 2 air conditioners and a closed door?"
If it's good, it's good.
Mine's a little
Okay,
rough.
I have a question though for y'all, because y'all oh the single ladies. So would you be somebody's hall pass if he was like, look, my wife, we both doing our own things.
You don't have to say no more.
It's a hard no.
A hard no.
Mm,
Why?
That's
ew,
not my business. That's not my concern.
no. And look, if you can only hang in this for 6 minutes, it must be pretty good. So he's gonna fuck around and leave her for me anyway. So
It's gonna be a
and
problem.
it's
Like,
gonna be a problem. Just like she
Oh,
it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't have time for that.
no, I'm good.
Those
you
issues.
feel like it opens the door to like, now we're having an affair because you're gonna keep
'Cause it's
calling.
never gonna be like a one-time situation. What if I enjoy it and I want it again? Now I can't because it was a hall pass. And
Yeah.
if he needed a hall pass, if that situation doesn't resolve, again, how long is that hall pass effective? Is it a one-time
Weak.
thing or is it like,
Right.
Right.
Y'all
so
know it's new age couples though.
Hmm.
Even the melanated ones where the wife is like,
right,
listen, I'm busy. What if she's like, go ahead, just don't bring it home?
he's not gonna come back home eventually. Unless I don't want him. If I don't want him, then I'd be like, "No, go on, go on back home." But
Yeah.
if for whatever reason, if I want him that bad where I'm accepting that hall pass,
Yeah.
obviously there's something there. You know what I'm saying? And that's a liability just going
Mm,
in on those premises. So,
you're like, hard no. Okay.
unless it's like Nas or somebody, Morris
So,
Chestnut's wife gave him a hall pass. I'd
a
be
hall
like,
pass.
Morris, like,
Could you let it go?
yeah, and I'd be happy, and I'd have something from Wars.
Wait, who was the celebrities? It was Nas and who
Nas,
else?
Morris
Morris.
Chestnut, Method Man,
Well,
always
now meth is pretty.
mm,
Mm.
yeah, I'll
Would
stop.
you be someone's hall pass?
Yeah, you.
No. Uh,
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing in the
I
grand scheme of
know
things.
it does it for a lot of people, but no, I'm good. I'm good.
Are you just saying that because your husband's gonna watch this? Blink
You know
once
what? The
for
attention
yes.
span, I know the
Right?
attention span be
Not
like
there.
this long. Oh, you look cute. He on to the next
That's it.
thing.
We lost
But
him
no.
after the t-shirts.
Mm-mm. No, I think we're both too selfish. Because I
Mm,
used to ask about in the very beginning, like, just let me know what I'm getting myself into. Would you ever want to add a girl? And he's like, no, I don't want to share man or woman. I'm like,
good.
so I'll ask again.
Look, he got a
What did
friend
I
for
tell
us.
you?
Ain't nobody laughing, bitch. Ain't nobody laughing. You see us?
Ain't nobody laughing, bitch.
Period.
Yeah,
She's waiting.
crickets. She's gonna insert crickets here because that was a real question. Does he have a friend for us? Okay, I'm
I
in
mean,
for
this is the thing. This is the thing. He told me a long time ago because I used to say everybody's not like you and your friends, and he used to be like, yeah, they are, but y'all walk past us. People in high school, college would act like he was kind of corny or whatever. And
Mm.
so now that I'm older, I kind of agree. It's regular guys that once you give them a chance, you're like, oh, you had all the guys in the mailroom, the guys in
We
the.
we don't date regular guys.
You said what?
I mean, you say that as if we don't date regular guys,
Yeah.
like,
I
I
we
mean,
mean,
don't.
I say
regular
it as
enough.
in I don't think he's a unicorn.
No, I get it, but so put it like this, aren't all his friends that are like him in relationships?
Some of
Or
them aren't. Some of them aren't. Like I said, some of them are getting look past. They're in transition. They're getting their PhD. I'm like, it's nothing more attractive than that.
Right.
Like
So
what?
send him
But
up to
the girls
Pittsburgh
are
in New York.
so yeah, some of them are not.
I don't know. I mean, I like I said, I tend to go for, even if he's thuggish, I tend to go for guys who are a little bit more on the nerdy side anyways. So,
Yes.
um, what I think for me I found is that sometimes people have insecurities
Yeah.
that they've carried for a long time, and they kind of project them thinking that people still see them that way or think of them
That's a
that way.
fact.
And so like you are trying to give this person a chance, but there's this, thing that you have to try to get through, like an obstacle course.
Yeah.
Like, man,
Not an obstacle course.
I'm just trying to like love you over here. I'm not trying to, like, what's up? What's the problem?
Yeah.
So
Nah, I hear you.
I
Yeah.
love, listen, I love me an intelligent man. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not, like when I was younger, like, yeah, you go for faster, shinier toys. But, when you're
Yeah.
looking for substance, come on. It's like,
See, I never did. I was always about the super smart ones. My first boyfriend in college, he was like adorable, nice body and everything, but he was so smart and dark chocolate and
Hey.
but I loved his intellectual side. I just ooh, that was hot.
yeah,
We
no,
talked about that before too. That sapial sexual
yeah. No,
definitely have a little hint of that.
he's always gonna be intellectual. He just might be a little rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, it's giving Nas.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. But
That's
those
definitely
ones
giving.
that are actually rough around the edges and ain't too bright, those are the ones who be giving the best.
yeah, but
It's all trouble in the end, but
it's trouble because they don't get things. You know what I'm saying? You
right,
guys complaining things too much. They
right.
didn't see it coming. They didn't understand that you weren't really trying to be with them. You were just trying to have fun. And the next thing you know, they're,
Sitting outside your house.
girl.
Oh yeah, that's why Olivia can't do hall pass. You be like, you belong to somebody else. How are you mad at me for not returning your? And guys do like I feel like guys have done that. Like you're mad at her, but you have a whole wife,
Oh,
girlfriend, and you
situation.
flipping out because she's talking to somebody else. Like, what in the Chris Brown?
It's unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable. So
So
where did you get the idea for the justified hall pass?
So I feel like I know so many dope Black women who are all the slashes. Amazing women, amazing mothers, like givers, like even that talking about how she helps at work all the time. Like I know so many Black women and like that. And I'm like, there's no reason you shouldn't be getting your back broke. Like if anybody deserves it, I'm not that good of a person. I'm a help, but I'm gonna go home. She's the type of this family member
Selfless,
of mine.
like, yeah.
Selfless. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, I crafted a story for her because not only did I feel like she deserves to get her back broken, but I feel like it's a good amount of Black women who maybe haven't learned to set those boundaries on like what it is they deserve.
Mm,
And so
mhm,
that's where it was born from. It was like a love letter to my cousin and women like her who
mhm.
just are like, when I say dope, I'm just like, I don't understand
Yeah.
why they're not falling over trying to kiss your
Mhm.
actual ass. Like,
Sad.
so
well,
that's where it came from. And I know as a community, I feel like we're moving away from the long suffering church, but it's so many, even in church, all these amazing
Yeah,
women,
yeah.
how are they not getting their back broken?
It's something, to me, it's gotta be something psychological, because you have these men that will get with women like this. You know what kind of woman it's very apparent. We can all see it. So what is it about you? Because I've seen similar situations where it's like she's trying everything. She's being open. She's communicating. She's asking, is it me? Is there something we could do? And, this person is just not cooperating or just giving like the bare minimum.
Yep.
And what is it about a man that will take a woman like that and then withhold? Or, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how I feel.
Right.
I feel like you were giving it at some point. There was something that
Yeah.
happened to make her think that, okay, this is somebody that could work out, and then eventually, now you're not. And if there's nothing wrong with you physically, then it's got to
Right.
be something up here. Because why?
I mean, my only guess is like maybe mommy issues or
Mm,
just the fact that I hate to say this, but I think guys like that are afraid that she's better than me. But she is.
right,
She
right,
is better than you. And so you're wasting all this energy trying to bring her down and break her down.
right.
And I just, what I want to put out with books like this is like the courage for these women to set boundaries and say, like, enough is enough.
Enough. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I've had people tell me that I was, we talked about this before, like I'm stupid because I left my marriage.
Ugh.
Because it's like, oh, well, if that's all that he was doing, look at all these other things that he does. And I'm like, what is this at least business? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we settling for the least? What do
He's
you mean?
not hitting you. He's not, it's like, that's our bar. Long as
Right.
he's not hitting us, we
Like,
supposed to
what do
stay.
you mean? No.
Let me
So,
ask you, what do you think about how they're treating, is it Tia who divorced?
see, I feel like we don't know the full story
Mm.
because I think she's still protecting him in some ways since he is an
I
actor.
agree.
And if she were to say exactly what he did, it might hurt him because he's not like an A-list, actor. So
Yeah,
that would hurt his reputation. But I feel like there's something because I mean they looked
right.
happy, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's like, no, it's just not working and it hasn't been working. And it's like, what?
But
But that
people put
idea, oh
out
yeah,
that
go ahead.
image all the time for social media.
Yeah,
They look real happy on social media, and then as soon as that camera is down and phone is down, it's a whole knockdown, drag out WWE SmackDown situation.
yeah, but she's not telling us that.
Right.
She's just basically saying like, okay, he didn't really do anything too wrong. It's just we're just not working out.
But like to your point, I think the way social media drags her is
Yeah.
like, let's say it wasn't anything dramatic. Let's just say she was like, enough. I'm not happy. I don't have to stay. They're
Mhm.
dragging her like, why'd you leave your marriage just to be on social media? And I'm just like, well, she kind of damned if she do, damned if she don't.
She
Because if
is.
she would have stayed, they would have been like, why'd you put up with that? She left. She had the audacity to willingly be a single Black
Right. And
mother.
especially because they put a man like him in high esteem, right?
Yeah.
Because he is in the, Hollywood sphere and makes a certain
Yeah.
amount of money and has a certain, quality of looks. So it's like, why would you not be with that? And then also, I think the entitlement, because she's a public figure, they want to know all the dirty details. And she's not
Yeah.
keeping any dirty details. So they're going to
Yeah.
drag her, which I don't agree with at all because
Yeah.
she's a human being and she deserves to make whatever the best decision for her as, a mother, because a lot of times whatever it is affecting how you are going to be as a mother. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes you got to make that decision like, hmm,
Well, yeah,
you know.
because if they're dragging her for her silence, imagine what they're gonna do if she actually told what really happened.
And they don't think that's something that's a big deal. Like why would
Exactly, but
I
it's
think
not
it's
for you to
again,
think
it's
it's a big deal. This is my relationship, this is my happiness, this is for
Mhm.
the health of my children, and if this is not something that I feel like my children should be seeing regularly, treatment-wise, and how I want my daughter to be treated and how I expect my son to treat a woman, then I am within my rights to.
I think it's the again the audacity of her to still be visible. So
Mm,
she hasn't told us, but how dare her be like, yeah, I'm single and I'm outside.
mhm,
We're
mhm.
Black women doing that because to your point, well,
Right,
at least you had one, at least all
right.
these at leases. And I'm like, I think that relates to this idea of this character and the people that I know like that of, isn't it 2024? Like, can we ask for what we want? Like,
Yeah,
are we still at the bottom on getting our needs met? Like everybody and then Black women? Like,
Basically, that's
right.
accurate.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
so done with that. I'm so done with that.
Same.
here, here.
So I think situations like you making the move, even if nobody could understand, is part of that revolution of I'm not just going to settle because my skin is brown.
You know? And then you have the old school mentality also, because I mean, my grandmother was like beside herself, like, "What are you doing?" Like, "Grandma, it is not 1958. Like, please, please understand, okay?" You know, so and I mean, it was so funny. It was so bad that no matter how many years after, she still treated him like he was part of the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, where is so and so? Where is he? Or I'd be going out on a date. Don't let so and so find out. I'm like, what do you mean don't let him
Find
find out?
out what?
Let me text him right now. Cause she still viewed him as like the man.
He is the man, just not my man.
Well, that's what I mean. She viewed him as the man for
Oh,
me. So
goodness.
Yeah.
yeah, that old school mentality. She just wasn't letting it go. Like, you know, if she could have called me stupid, she probably would have just been like, "You're stupid." You
Wow.
know, and I'm like, well,
Yeah, grandmas will say it. My Nana, rest her soul, she asked me once, "Did that man ever call you back?" I said, "Which one?" Because I'm online dating. So, like, which one? She's like, "That one who you said you wanted him to call, but he didn't." And I said, "No, Nana, he didn't call." She's like, "Well, then he don't need to be with you because he's not that bright anyway." And I'm like,
Ooh,
okay,
go ahead, Nana.
right,
yeah,
98. She was 98. Just tell it
I
like it
love
is.
that.
that's it. That's it. So, is this very different than most of your books, or do you, find yourself having a theme for your main characters throughout your books?
Absolutely. I mean, it sounds a little cliche, but I am a person who I'm all about, I'm an advocate for the Black family.
Hmm.
I just am deep, deep, deep down under
Hmm.
any story that I write. And so I feel like the best way I could do that is empowering Black couples to have healthy reciprocal love. Now, it's sweet heat is how I branded myself. So they're
Right.
going to be characters that you want to read.
Right.
They're going to have these heated encounters, but beneath it, I just feel like, again, Black women deserve reciprocal love where we're not holding somebody down, holding somebody up, rescue, just or needing you to rescue me.
Right.
So that is a theme through my stories. Everybody goes on that kind of journey. But the beautiful thing about the way I write my book bays is the woman is not helping or forcing him through his journey. If she
Mm,
got to take a minute or a step back, she does. He figures it out. But I definitely want to put that in all of my stories for sure.
That's refreshing.
yeah.
Hey, thank you.
I like that you had little stories in the end of Real Couples.
Yay! My in real life.
Yeah, that was cute. I'm like, oh, I want
Yes.
to be one of these. Can she just send me a
Period.
man
I
right
got the
quick?
book ready. We're gonna have JR and her boo thing.
Boo thing. Boo thing. It would be me
He
and this
coming.
cat. Where this cat at?
Not
Look,
the
I'm waiting for the chair. He's coming. He's coming. Don't hit me with the chair. Look at her face.
No. Yep.
No, trust me, Denise. I'm the same. I'm like, keep hope alive. It's, I'm holding out hope. Like, it is not too late.
If you want it, because if you don't want it, then F them all. But if you want it, yes.
Girl,
He
a
is like,
truck
I was
just
afraid to say
drove by
something.
and Hope got pushed out in front of him. Like, there's no Hope here. Hope don't live here no more.
Well, Hope is at my house, so I'll send her over there when the time is right.
She ain't gonna make it here alive.
I'm so scared. Oh Lord.
Too. Shit, me too.
Yeah, he's scared. He there. He looking like, dang, I want to say something, but
Right?
No, because I did have on a "I kill people for fun" T-shirt at
I
the last
saw it.
event I went to have 5,000 Black people. I did not leave with a man though.
Was it a bunch of guys there though?
There
Or was
were
it
a lot
mostly
of
guys?
men, and there were some
Oh.
cute cops there, and I was like, "You got handcuffs? Hey, how you doing?" He's looking at my shirt like,
Hmm.
"Hi." Like,
See, I told you they interested. They just scared.
So, maybe like you said with your husband and his friends, how they feel. I feel like sometimes it's the similar situation that people will watch a JR or an Olivia and feel
Yeah.
like, she wouldn't want to be with someone like me, or, and they don't shoot their shot. And so we're just over here wondering, because I've gone out plenty of times and I'm like, all right. I'm like, I see, I'm like, hi, how you doing? Hello. And I tend to not like, you make eye contact with someone. I don't
Mhm.
usually go up to a lot of guys unless it's like very aggressive guy. Because sometimes people will look, but they will be in other relationships. So as long as they don't approach you,
Oh,
it's like they're looking, but they're not touching, right? So
yeah.
you kind of forcing the hand if you go up to them, because now depending on how their willpower is and their integrity, it could be a whole situation.
mhm.
But for the most part, like I'll hear, after the fact, oh, so and so really liked you. So and so was really into you. And so refused to like talk to me or come over to me, or, it'll be like 5 years later. I'm like, why did it take 5 years?
Do you know
You
what we could have built in 5 years? We could have had a whole puppy out back and 2 kids and a
Right.
house.
You know what I've learned? Guys do not, it seems very simple in our brains, but they don't like rejection. So the shoot your shot is like very, 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 very small. They are often not going to shoot their shot. So it does take like a smile or whatever and a way to like visually and physically show your interest, as in
Or
walking over and say hello and opening the door and then letting him take the lead. But a lot of us, myself included, we want him to do all of that. And generally, guys, they're not. They gotta know for a fact this is a yes. And then she's gonna let me. Cause then that's the other thing. Again, I saw a lot of my friends, they would open up the gate, they're interested, and then they would try to dictate how he run with the ball. And
Mhm.
then guys ain't feeling that either.
Well,
Ma'am,
I open the
Told
gate.
you.
If you don't come in, I can't come get you, because then I'm dictating, right? I'm doing exactly what you said don't do. So it's like I open the
Yeah.
I'm very flirtatious. So it's
Yeah.
like,
That's good.
especially if I know the person is single. So I'll flirt. I'll be
Yeah.
like, talkative, cracking jokes. And then it's like nothing. And I'm like, okay, he's not into me. And then I'll hear, oh yeah, he's I'm like, well, then what happened? But I feel like everything happens for a reason, so I don't really sweat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
you talking
And
about men don't shoot their shot. The normal ones, the functional, sane ones aren't shooting their shot. The
Yeah.
sea donkey looking boogaloo with one eye that's looking over here and the other one is over here somewhere. That motherfucker has all the confidence in the world. He's coming to shoot his shot.
That's
He
true.
got balls for days. He got all net. He just dunking. I'm trying to just shoot that shot. Got his gym shoes on and everything. He's ready. He's ready.
That dude is immune to rejection though.
he doesn't
How?
care
He's
about
Yeah,
because he
clearly.
shoot like he like
it. After
eventually I'm gonna get a yes. He takes the salesman approach.
oh
Eventually I'm gonna get a yes. I'm gonna just try. I'm gonna just try.
Okay, but like if this is what you're looking like and you sounding all crazy, like I need you to be on your level with these shots you trying to take. Like,
no.
and they're not. Like they come to the finest, sexiest, most beautiful, on point woman on the planet trying to shoot that shot. And it's like, I need you to take this down about 6 or 7.5 notches and then go talk to her.
Right. I need some of these men to have the confidence of the men who are already in relationships that love shooting their shot, that will shoot their shot.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Like
I
they're
know exactly
single.
what you mean. That's messed up. You saying they're married, but they shooting a shot at every,
Oh, they're
yeah,
shooting
that's,
shot like it's nothing. And then,
yeah,
like,
that's,
as an afterthought, or unless you find it out, like, if you don't dig and find out, they will never tell you.
Mhm.
They will never girl, listen, I got stories if you
that's,
want.
that's
But
awful.
yeah.
That's another podcast too, girl.
Mm.
And well, let's
Okay, so Denise, if your
Yes.
husband came to you for a justified hall pass, what would you do?
I would be like, where is my husband?
But wait though, but his wouldn't be justified. His would just be a hall pass.
Yeah, it would be
Because
a hall
hers was
pass.
And
justified hall pass because of what he was doing.
Yeah.
But if
what
she
we feel
ain't
Yeah.
like is a
acting up,
justification, we don't know how he feels. What if he feels like we got to hear his side of the story? There may be something that he feels is lacking.
but he
That
already said
Yeah.
he ain't trying to share, he ain't trying to
I
let
know. I was gonna
everything go.
say, I don't know if he counts because he's one of those people, like if he said it one time
I mean,
16
it's
years ago, he means it today. But
but
okay,
we have to be fair.
hypothetical.
Yeah, we have to be fair. We have to, if we're gonna say
Yes.
that as a woman, we can ask for it. We got to be prepared for somebody to ask us for that.
Absolutely. I would be open to, okay, what does this look like? That's just me. And he's the complete opposite. He like, who going where? Who
Right.
going, we do it.
You doing
So if
what?
he were, I'll be like, okay, well,
In the
how
back.
does this work? I get one too. Like,
Right. Okay.
because this ain't no one-sided, like we both, but also, I don't know. I'm a heady Virgo overthinker, so I wouldn't want to be in my head. I would really want to hear it. But also, I feel like I have so many cautionary tales of how that's like the demise of the relationship. So I
Mm,
would go into it knowing, okay, this might be the end of this connection that we built for 14 years because we're now opening our relationship to other people.
Right.
So as long as we're on the same page with that, then just know, you might come to the house and somebody else might be answering the door.
Ooh.
Like if it don't work out. So I will be
She was
vocal and honest and open and
like, she was like, leave Pandora's box closed and we won't have no problems.
there it is.
but no, I definitely wouldn't shut him down because I asked a lot in the beginning and that was always the response. But I mean, I know celebrity couples, but I in my heart of hearts think that's what happened with Tiana and Iman.
I agree. And
That's what I think.
she said
Oh,
that
she did?
yeah, she was engaging in the threesomes.
Yeah.
Like and I mean, maybe that's something that she likes to do, but inside of a
Yeah.
marriage, that, so now you're doing it. And if you don't want to do it anymore, now this person's accustomed to always having variety. They're not going to want to not have variety anymore,
It's a slippery
So,
slope.
Which is
yeah,
crazy to me because oh my gosh, that woman is hot. She's so hot. I am straight
They're
as an
both.
arrow encased in concrete, and I would look at her like,
I
right.
think she would definitely be able to pull you. Like, I think she would just be able to look
oh
your
yeah,
way.
if she knock on my door, talk about hey, as long as she ain't up in my house like a Byron.
That's
From
hilarious.
Tyler
She
Perry.
did a
Yeah.
wonderful performance with that.
No,
But
that
yeah,
was
I think they both are. But to me, and again, I don't know these people, but he gives that I don't really want to share energy. And she
Right.
surprised him with the threesome. He
Hmm.
just looked up and he was like, "What's going on?" And she was like, "Let's do this." I think if he might have had time to consider, he might have said, I don't really want to do that with my wife. Like, I'm not saying he was faithful or anything like that. So maybe she just tried to get ahead of it. I don't know those details, but he gives me that I don't want to share my wife energy.
Hmm.
And she kind of, because I think she really liked it.
You think Tiana liked the threesomes?
Yeah, she alluded to like she didn't realize how much she enjoyed women until they did it.
Right. But she only did it for him though. So
I
you see what I'm saying? That's
know.
but if that's the case, did she only do it for him?
I know. Because did you ask it that man?
you
Did you
open
just assume, right? You assumed he an athlete, so he probably,
mm,
I know.
Well, if
I
she could
No
come to
mean,
judgment.
Pittsburgh, I got a couple extra
mm,
bedrooms.
You
not
still talk about Tiana?
Yes, because I don't think Iman is that sexy. Personally, I don't really
well,
find. I could take him or leave him, and mostly leave him. I think it's the hair. I don't like his hair.
And that's
Oh,
probably what the third said. She probably was like, really, Tiana, can we meet after this?
That would be me. I'm like, so what you doing on Thursday afternoon? Like,
so I've heard of a story like this, and the girl was she was bi. So I don't know why
Okay.
we're not on TikTok. I'm afraid to talk now. I'm like,
I
oh,
know. What can we say?
the girl was bi, and she invited a friend, or not a friend, somebody that she knew. And she
Mhm.
convinced this girl. The other girl was like, "No, I'm not bi. I'm not into that." And she was like, "Well, why don't you just come out for drinks with us, meet my man, and then see." And the man and the friend, the chemistry was just like, and after the threesome, both of the couples wanted to be with the outside person on their own. They both approached her like, "Oh, let's do this, just me and you." But of course, she's not into girls, so they did the threesome, I think, one or two more times, and then she was just stopped because she's not into girls, and it was just like, all right, I'm not really, like this is not really a thing. She was just doing it because she liked the guy, and the guy wound up breaking up with his partner and messing around with the other girl.
Olivia,
see,
was
that's
this
why you
you?
keep all these people. You said, was this her?
I didn't say anybody's names.
But she ain't answered no. So now I'm like, wait, hold up.
So you just have to be
That's
careful.
why she said no to the hall pass. She like, this has already happened, Denise. Like,
Oh,
you
scandalous.
just served your man
Scandalous.
up on a platter, and I can't help it. He chose
Oh my
me.
God. Wow.
Hey,
I am
listen,
not saying yay or nay. This was just a story to give you guys an example. That's all.
JR. So yeah, I mean, listen, from a female perspective, as long as you understand
Mm-hmm.
the ramifications, then do you. I mean,
Yeah.
No, I got one even more disturbing for y'all. In my
Oh,
second book, my sister was like, my dude us to do a threesome. I said, Who's us?" She's like, "You." And I'm like, "Me, wait, hold on, me what?" And she's like, with us." And I'm like,
you my sister
"Okay,
though.
first of all, right? Look, don't be hanging up on us, Olivia."
Like, why she closed the because she's still here. She said goodbye to the
Dusty
sister. You
have
can't
her
even stomach
right.
it.
Look, I was like, "You're my sister. Like, that's creepy." And she's like, "Yeah, but you're clean and everything." Well, yeah, I am because I'm not passing it out. And so I was like, besides, if I had to bet a woman, like, you're not my type, this bitch had the nerve to get offended. She's like, "Fuck you mean I'm not your type?" Like, she's the baddest bitch in America. And she is. She's super hot. My sister's sexy. She got pretty sexiness, but you're not my
But
type.
you're my
If I had to sleep with a
sister.
woman, even if
forget type. You're my sister.
You're
that
my
part,
sister.
I don't
that
care
part,
what type you are. Like,
I
right?
could almost even understand if she was like, he taking a hall pass and he chose you and I'm cool because you like even that's close, but I don't have to physically see my sister. Like, what? We all gonna be in the same location together?
No.
I'm just sitting here trying to figure out why my man is looking at my sister. Like, forget
Oh,
it.
I didn't even think about
Like,
that.
what is going on right
Yeah,
now? Why are you
Well,
looking at my
they
sister?
weren't in an
that's a fact.
official relationship. They, I guess, were just like dating or whatever. But
I don't care.
yeah, but it was just
Yeah,
wild that she was so
you're right.
offended that
I
she
missed that
wasn't my
flag.
type. And it's like, I like a more butch woman if I had to pick one. I think that's why I'm so attracted to Tiana Taylor, because she has this kind of big dick
Girl,
energy, like this
not
kind of sexy
he
masculine, and
He
her
sure
deep,
does though. I've
she
seen her
does,
cook,
and
and I'm
those
like,
abs and the way she moves and
Yeah,
her deep,
I
sexy,
see what you
raspy
mean.
voice. She's just hot to me. My girl crushed those Ruby Rose. I love that little white girl. Okay,
Why can't I picture her?
Ruby
Mm.
Rose.
she was
I
a
know the name sounds familiar, but I can't picture her.
Catwoman or something in one of the newer Catwoman. Mm-hmm. She was in the Meg, the first
Hmm.
one.
Is that a shark movie?
I
Yes.
feel like I know
Oh,
what
okay.
you're talking about.
JR scary. You be watching the Meg.
I
What?
love the Meg. That was an awesome movie. The first one. The second one was hot garbage, but the first one was really good.
Hilarious. Oh my God.
Are you
Yeah,
looking up
I
Ruby
don't know.
Rose?
Yeah, I
Of
am.
course she is.
Oh, okay, I know who she is.
I
Yeah, I
just
know.
think she's really sexy. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I
yeah, she's
find
really
women to be beautiful, but beyond being like, oh, she's attractive, I can't picture anything physical. I feel like I would be frustrated and waiting for the main event. Like, when is this gonna
Really?
lead to me being with my man? I don't know.
No, see, all my friends who have slept with women like surprise or first time kind of thing, they all said it was
Yeah.
like the best sex they ever had. And I'm like, I believe it because if she's
Women
strapped
know
up, you
women's
ain't got to worry
bodies.
about whoops.
right, right.
Oh my,
You ain't got to worry about, oh shit, it ain't coming up. You ain't got to worry about none of that. She ready.
True. No, like I said, no. I have a girl crush on like Alicia Keys. I don't know what it is about her, but she also
it's
gives
the New York.
she's kind of like, like she's not really- it's just something about her, but I love like girly girls. Like I don't know. I like pretty girls. I don't know, it's weird. Like I was telling JR, like I like boobies. Like I would be like whoop whoop.
See,
But
that's
that's
I'm
I'm
what
her
as
learning
far as
something new
soulmate.
today.
I'm her soulmate.
I'm
that's as
learning
far
something
as I
new
want to go.
today.
Like that's it. I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I don't want you're in my face. Like I don't want to do any of that. I just let me touch your boobies.
Everyone else has touched them. Literally, I've been out on like
Right?
birthday parties. We got pictures of each other touching
Oh,
each other's
forget
boobs.
it.
So it's whatever.
So they is
Denise,
really these dudes is really picking up on she really don't need me for nothing.
oh no. We've said too
She
much.
don't need me for nothing. Like, I'll just take my bleep bleep somewhere else.
Right.
So I have a question for you ladies. Did you see the movie on I don't know if it was no, it wasn't Hulu. Peacock, I think it was, with Candy and Todd when they created their movie The Pass
Oh, I didn't see it.
and Drew Sidora was in
No.
it.
Candy, like from Housewives Candy?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely
Really?
think they're adventurous in their marriage.
Oh, they
Yeah.
are for
I
sure.
wish if I would have thought to ask this so y'all could go actually watch it because that
Oh.
would be a very interesting because it was a really good twist at the end that I was like,
Was theirs on Tubi? Was it on Tubi too?
no,
Because
it
I
was on
saw one with
Peacock.
a similar concept on Tubi, and I like the twist in that one too.
Was Drew Sidora in it?
No, I like her as an actress though.
I do too. I'm not mad. But yeah, go
Yeah,
watch the one on Peacock. It was
The
the
Pass.
past. It was good. And I liked the girl in it. She was sexy. The the lesbian one. I know.
And
I
I'm
think I'm secretly a lesbian. I'm starting to get nervous.
Uh-oh.
because I'm so boy crazy. Like some men are trash. That's a fact. But there's so many other ones that I just be like low key offended when people be like, I'll be like, come on, they're everywhere, don't you?
I
Except they're
know.
not. We
And
can't
y'all be
watch
like,
them.
no, look at this pretty girl. I'm like, okay, she cute. Excuse me. Who's the person?
No,
Who's your
trust
brother? Who's your uncle? Who's your grandfather?
me. Who's your daddy? You
Who's
and
your
your dad.
daddy?
The salt and pepper.
Yeah, the
I'm
silver.
done.
Yes,
I'll
and
be
I got so
like,
tired of these men dyeing it. I'm like, why are you coloring your hair if you don't let it grow, especially when it has a nice pattern to it,
Mm.
you know? And then they just be coloring it. I'm just like,
so it was a girl that did a TikTok that said, Dear Black man, please stop dyeing your beards black. But the comments, listen, this new social media man, they was like, okay, when you take your lashes off.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, when you take your, because they were like, and some of the men were actually saying, we don't like this stuff. And
right.
so they're not doing it for us. They feel
Right.
insecure that it makes them look older. And we're saying we love it, but they like, we also like your natural hair. We also like, I was
That's us. Right.
but there was another person on social media who's had a whole rant where she was like, y'all keep saying y'all don't want women with weave, y'all don't want women with lashes and makeup, y'all don't like when we wear all this stuff. But those are the women that y'all are all approaching. So if we go out without it, then you're not even looking twice at us. So why would we go
I
out of the
said,
house without it? Make it make sense. You can't have it both ways. Same at
that's
Burger
valid.
King. Have it your way. Got the
True.
question.
I
That's
mean,
valid.
admit though, like if I go out with less makeup or no makeup, just on the humble, I do feel like I get a little bit more attention than when I feel like I'm all
You
pretty
dolled up.
and I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to go. And it's like nothing happened. But here, let me run out the house to go do something real quick. And it's like, man, beep beep, beep beep.
Now, is
Not
it
BB.
because they actually like that, or is it because you are less intimidating in your just regular everyday state,
Interesting.
and that's what they feel comfortable approaching? Because I have the same issue. If I look good, nothing, nothing. Let me wake up with crust in this part of my eye where I
I'm
hurt.
so done.
Not the crust. Well, so what some guys say is that if you're pretty without makeup, like if you're naturally pretty,
Oh yeah.
then that's attractive because it's like,
Right.
okay,
It's
whereas
only up from here.
exactly. If
But
they see
you
the
can
makeup,
tell when women have like a lot of caked on makeup. You know what I mean? And I don't tend to wear a ton of makeup anyway. So even if I am out with just some light foundation, that's usually what it is. I just throw some powder on and some eye stuff right quick and roll out. But like you can tell when it's caked on and creepy. So why can't we still be pretty with just our little powder? Why we got to be looking all busted and balled up for y'all to finally say something?
Not busted and balled up. But I do think there's something to have y'all heard those conversations about the male gaze versus the female gaze, where
mhm,
a lot of times when we dress up, it's for us, but it's also for other women. I'm
yeah,
not gonna look busted in front of like they're not gonna be talking about me, but that's
mhm,
not necessarily what guys like. It's the same with like fashion trends and stuff like that. That's
mhm,
why you girl crushing because they're they're wearing stuff that you like, their body
mhm.
type and all that. Whereas men, I know y'all know I hate to go back to celebrities, but it's women that you're like, what is it? I don't even see it. She is not all that, but she's appealing to the male gaze, not us. That
Plus,
makes sense.
I don't know, I'm very much into, like, magnetism and chemistry, so it's not
Ooh.
necessarily your looks anyway, it's just sometimes people give something off.
Mhm.
So,
Mm.
there's people, they just have, like, this quality about them, and you're like, "I just know." I just know that this person, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just already know what's going on with that person.
I feel like that was such a censored way of what you actually wanted to say. You already know it's going down.
You already knew what to expect,
In her best
She
Kevin
looked like
Hart
she would put
voice,
her
it's
feet on my
about to
chest.
go down.
for real.
Meanwhile, half of them still don't shoot their shot, and they're like,
I'm
I had
telling you, they
one
scared
person.
JR.
They are. I was complaining about the QR code on the back of my T-shirt because I asked for it to be bigger and lower because of my 18 inches of hair, and someone was like, "Well, you just need to wear a different lace front, a shorter lace front." So it's like y'all think it's a weave anyway. So it's like,
Yeah,
and it was a man who said that, and I'm like, first of all,
yeah.
just in a lace front.
Not grabbing the front of the hair.
Yes, because my shit ain't sliding nowhere. The fact,
She gonna have to do a Beyonce. You saw what Beyonce did that video where she showed
Girl,
her real hair. She
question
said,
her.
right?
she
Not
said,
Or
listen, let
lace
me
front.
just make sure y'all know this is my hair. But I really don't think guys care. I really don't think they care. I mean, it could be like Olivia saying the magnetism, but a lot of the things we're caught up with of like having pretty, pretty hair and all of that, I really don't think they care. Like, do they like you? Like, do you have a good personality? Do I want to talk to you? Because we've all seen unfortunate looking women with very, very beautiful men. We
Mhm,
see melanated gods with non-melanated, or even if they are brown, you like, what is it? I don't see it. It's because one, she likes him. Like
mhm.
sometimes we, and myself included, sometimes we come across like we don't like men, like we hate them. That's not comfortable. I'm also kind of scared of you just a little. No, I'm
Read the
only
book
playing.
yet? Like what?
I know.
You don't get to
Oh
be scared until
gosh.
you read the book.
I think I'm gonna make content. I think I'm literally gonna, you know how we have content when we write? So you
Mhm.
can see my facial expressions like when I get through the chapters, like
Yeah. Right.
like all of that. I think you need to see it in real time. Yeah, I was
Okay,
talking about
'cause
stolen pieces.
no, Stone Thesis is not scary. Nothing about that book
Okay.
is scary. No. not at
She
all.
don't listen to me though, but okay, she listen to Olivia. The fuck?
Right.
Okay.
No, it's
It's
not.
the
It's
energy.
good. It's good.
It's a good scary. It's a good listen. It's a good scary. But no, I mean, confessions, I think it would just, I don't know. Sad is not the right word. I
It's
don't know.
close.
Yeah, because even my therapist read it and she was like, I want to laugh, but none of this is funny. Like, it's funny,
Yeah.
it's hilarious, but it's not funny because it's not like it's sad. That's what she kept saying.
Yeah. Your storytelling ability to like, just from the little pieces that I saw talking about the book and like the sample, your storytelling ability is funny, but the nature of like these people.
Yeah.
Sucks. And I just want a love like Olivia wrote about and given a chance. I just want that love. Did you read that one?
I didn't, but I heard you talk about it,
Yeah.
about how it's that true, like, I'm gonna use the word old school, but you know, like romance.
Yes.
Um,
I just
I
want
mean, again, y'all put me in the Delulu category, but I know that romance is still available. That's why I started putting
to
those
do it my
couples in
turn to
there.
hang up.
Again, with like, I'm not a relationship expert, disclaimer. Like,
Yeah.
but from my perspective, I feel like that goes into this category of like women advocating for what they need. And
Mhm.
you're showing me that you're out of my league. So I'm okay if we're
Right.
incompatible or you're threatened because again, that's why I'm giving all these disclaimers. A real man doesn't care how much I make or where I
Right.
went to school. Like I used to think that, but they really don't care. Like our question should be like, you know, what do you bring to the table? How much you make? What do you do? But their questions and what we're saying should have nothing to do with finances, academics. It should be about, you know, this is what I enjoy. You know,
Mhm.
these are the things that I like. This is the way I best receive love. You know, how do you like for someone to show, or what makes you feel disrespected? Like these are the conversations that really matter at the end of the
Right.
day. But I think again, that's a taboo thing. I think some Black women feel like that's a taboo thing to be like, I'm out of his league. If he's pushing back, like what you're saying, he's getting
No, I don't
threatened.
think it's taboo. I mean, I didn't want to
I
say
think some do, right?
that people feel like, oh, this is why, because she thinks she's better than everybody. I don't say that.
You
I let
are better than him. I will
I
say it
just let
for
it play
you.
out. I
Okay.
take a little Snoopy backpack and I get on out of there. But
Listen,
no,
Denise said it. You're better than him. Like he showed you you're better than him.
The crazy thing
They
is,
can call
all
me
those
whatever.
questions you brought up, which are super good and important questions, I have yet to have a man ask me any of that.
What you mean? Like what?
All those questions you just brought up,
Like ask you about like
like
how
how do you
you,
receive love? All those that
yeah,
list of questions it's actually very important. Like I know those
yeah.
things about the person that I'm dating, but they don't necessarily know those things about me. So
I mean, but if we're having this conversation and I ask you that, I'm gonna make you ask me this question because we got, you know what I'm saying? Like it has to be a two-way street. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So again,
I
that
feel
goes
like
back
though I wasn't
to communication.
necessarily asking those questions. It was just kind of coming out in conversation. But
Yeah.
I'm listening to my man and what he's saying. I'm taking mental notes and I'm jotting that shit down in the notes section of my phone so I can reference it. So I know when I go to Sheets, what my man like from Sheets. Oh, he like this salad with this, and this. And then I can just, I got my notes. So
That's his job.
I mean, but I wanted to have that job too because I feel like I should be able to pamper and spoil my man as well. Like it is reciprocal and it's not just one sided, but he needs to be knowing the same shit about me and doing the same shit for me. And that's the issue in my relationships. I'm always the doer and I'm never the doe, the receiver.
I mean, listen, okay, that's what I was gonna say. Unpopular opinion and perspective, but I think my job is to be receptive. And my job is to receive. And I still struggle with that. But giving in and of itself is kind of a masculine energy.
Mhm.
And so I think really these guys that aren't putting that energy toward us, they not the one. They just not, I mean,
You're right. And that's why I'm still single because I'm not going to keep doing But I
Yeah.
don't feel like giving is necessarily a masculine thing. I do feel like yes, men should be givers, but I
Yeah.
feel like women should do for their men too. Men want to feel appreciated and loved and cared for
Of
as
course.
well. So if you're doing it for
Yes.
me, there's no reason I should not be reciprocating, especially if we're in a committed situation and you're the person I love, like whatever, want to spend my life with. I should be doing shit for you too. Like it should be reciprocal, the
I
thoughtfulness.
just think, I think the way that, at least from what I'm learning, the way that men feel appreciated is different than our way of feeling appreciated.
Yes.
So
But if
they
you
don't
know that
necessarily,
what it is,
yeah. Yeah. But in that, it's still, I don't know. I think it's still like a receptive energy to
It's a, and
appreciate.
I was
Like,
about to say it's an energetic thing. It's like,
yeah,
if
thank you,
especially
babe. Like, no matter how small,
yeah,
like,
when you first meet, we should definitely be in the receptive mode. As the relationship goes on, of course, you're going to do things, but
yeah,
for me, I can't speak for anybody else. What I do
right,
is I
right.
just watch because you need to see what kind of man this is,
mhm,
right? And if he's not doing, because I do a lot, I know me, I have that propensity,
Yeah,
but I'm not going to do that until I get the green light and I know, okay,
yeah,
he's playing his part. Like he is bringing that energy towards me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Okay, cool. I'll surprise him. I'll do whatever. But we don't have to like it's nice to do, but they don't really
yeah,
expect that because we take care of them in other ways. You know what I'm saying?
yes,
Like our feminine energy is what they're attracted to, the nurturing, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. So I mean, I've had guys where I did go out and get gifts and they're like, "Oh, you have to get this from me." It makes them uncomfortable. Even though it's a nice gesture, like unless they've been saying, "Yeah, I really want such and such." And there are men that
right,
are like that. There are men that,
right, right.
if you're willing to give gifts, they'll take them. But most guys are just like, "Oh, you had to. Why you give me this? Why'd you do this?" And then somehow I wind up getting the money back because it's like, why? Why did you spend your money on me?
Like,
Don't do.
look,
So, I mean, I don't know. That part I kind of get because I used to do that. I used to be like, "Oh, I just want to do
same.
all these things for you." And they just get weird. So, I don't
Okay,
know.
I don't know. I know we don't have a lot of time, but JR, do you date outside of your race? Our race.
I prefer a chocolate man, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, caramel. Um, I'm all about the whole
No
black
light
love
skins.
thing. I mean, caramel is,
Okay. She said, I was hearing brown and darker.
Right, right,
Anything.
right.
No,
Brown
I
and
I just like
browner.
I like my men melanated. I don't know. So yeah, chocolate. I prefer a chocolate man.
I get it.
So we were not supposed to go for 40 whole minutes, but what had happened was
My bad. I
I
know we
made
was
this
talking about boys and stuff.
yeah, and girls.
But listen.
Well, thank you, Denise, for joining us in the lounge with the lit
Thank
ladies.
you for having me.
And you guys pick up her book, A Justified Hall Pass, to see if it really was
Period.
justified or if they was just being trifling or not. I don't know.
Where the that with the dreads?
Wait, wait.
Walter has dreads. I'm just
I'm still mad his name is Walter though, but okay.
that was so funny. You saw that was his granddad's name, right?
Say, all I know
But
is
see, it be like that. I'm telling you, the good ones, they got quirks. They got little, you might have to get over Walter. Yeah, this is Walter. JR gonna hang up. Click.
I'm not. If he sound like a man, but if he sound more feminine than I do, and I have a deeper voice, like then wait, I'm out. I'm tapping
Yeah,
out.
we have a big problem.
Right. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
So
Sorry I went
thank
over,
you
y'all.
for
No, it's
joining.
cool. It's good. It was a good conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be sure to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and thank you. That's the Fetch Spirit Wear for the Lit Ladies Lounge tees. We appreciate it. And we'll see you next podcast.
All right.
Bye.
I was